Hi folks, and thanks very much for joining me on the channel, really appreciate it. We've got to look at the 3 flies that I fish in open water when I'm prospecting. And I'm going to start with this one that I use on the top dropper. I'm just getting my bits and pieces ready. And you can see it's a sort of half in, half out fly. I really like it. I managed to have misplaced my hooks. Here we go. So the key to this is a light wire hook. This is a 14 Cheltenham hook. Like I say, I tend to work small to big on my dry fly setup. And this one couldn't be simpler to tie. It's basically a take on an owl. I've got a fly similar to this in the Full and Roll catalogue actually. It's got legs in it, so you see that in Brennig. So coming in with tying thread, this is, sorry, light cahill. Find scissors, snip that off. And this is a black floss. It's black floss. You can use black thread. I prefer black floss. So I'm just coming down, winding down. I'm going to part my thread there and then take away my tag end. So I'm just winding down the hook shank and we get a little bit shorter length to my thread. And coming round the curve of the hook, probably to about there. And I'm going to come up because I want that bed of thread to be cream in colour. So not too much of the black's coming through. So at this point I'll tie off because I can finish my floss then. So what you do is you get your floss, turn this on its side, and all I'm going to do is spin. So I'll spin the bobbin, and what it does is it just tightens the floss right up. So when I do wind it up the hook shank, it's a lot thinner than the floss normally would be. And then once you're up there, tie off. Really simple fly, as I say, but one that's extremely effective. Back on my cahill, back down through this area where you would see a thorax is on a nymph, and then about here I'm going to tie in CDC. Now because it's a small fly, I didn't need millions, but I do need 3. So 3 good feathers. I'm just marring all the tips up on my desk here, making sure they're good feathers. That's alright. So there's 3. Just pull them off my desk. So there's the tips all lined up, like so. And then I'm going to tie it in so that I can lock that in place. But what's really important here is the length of your wing. So you don't want it too far off the back of the hook shank. A little bit, but not too much. And you also need to have space in front of the hook eye. So that's your 2 key factors there. So coming down, nice tight turns, like so. And you want that splayed wing, that's where you want it. I've then got some squirrel. Well, it's a mixture of squirrel and a bit of hare's fur. And what I'm going to do, a really tight dubbing rope there, if you can see that. And I'll start behind the eye and work down, covering that thorax area. The reason I do that is so I can come back up and through with my thread, which disappears in that. We then pull everything forward and it just kicks that CDC a little bit. In with the whip finishing tool, pull everything back. And that's him. That's my little emerger. come out at an angle 45 degrees. Sorry, I do apologise. So there you go, that's him. That's it. It's basically a yellow level emerger that I use on all the reservoirs down here. We use it for wild brownies as well, but it's just the way it sits in the water, it's perfect. Sometimes I'll add legs, but for convenience, in most of the Midlands reservoirs, I use it like this. That'll be my top dropper. I will fish it on its own when it's calm, but on a windy day when I'm looking for fish, that's the one I'll use. I really hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did, please be kind enough to subscribe. Take care. Bye bye.